What's up, world? It's a girl, Miss V. Welcome back to another session of our daily tea. If you've been following, I've been doing a vision series. So this is week 3 of the vision series. So I think that's where you lose me with the resolution things when I don't really see accountability being held. You know what, if your mind is not committed to it, it doesn't matter what day of the year it is, you're just not gonna get it done. So do you think there's a science to the whole vision board thing? Because you know, some people are like, oh, if you put it up there, you will get it in the future. Explain that.
I believe the power of visualization is important. You have to have a vision for your life, but visualization without stimulation is nothing. And one of the come back, Fee.
The purpose of this series is to just help you gain vision and help you solidify your vision and walk in your vision and maintain your vision and run with your vision. Everything that I'm going to be doing over these 6 weeks will pertain to the vision board, will pertain to writing it down. And the foundational scripture is Habakkuk 2:2. Also the science and the significance of vision boarding, of having a vision, of writing it down and looking at it, you know. So here is a prophet, an oracle. His name is Habakkuk, right? And I guess wherever he was, Israel, Judah, wherever he was, there was a lot going on, a lot of unrest, right? And he was pretty much crying out to God, like, hey God, like, because it's in my Bible, it's entitled Habakkuk's complaint. So you know, he was crying out to God, oh God, how long must we cry for help, this and that, you know, the wicked people are prevailing and this and that, will you come rescue us, this and that. And then God's answer, you know, goes into one thing that it said that really stood out to me was in verse 5, when it says, I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe even if you were told. So this is supposed to be real epic. So I said, okay, I want to hang around and see where this goes. And in chapter 2 is where we have the verse that you've probably heard said, write the vision and make it plain so that he who hears it may run. My version is the NIV version, right? And my version says, write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that a herald may run with it. Or another translation might say, so that whoever reads it may run with it. And the herald was like the messenger, the person, because remember, they didn't have text message, they didn't have IM and DM and sliding into nothing then days. So they would tell somebody something or write it down, and then this person would run with it and go tell the other king or tell the other nation or whatever the case might be. Write down the vision and make it plain on tablets so that he who hears it may run. And one of the main reasons is that you outline everything so that they know what is coming. You remember earlier in verse 1 when God was like, I'm going to do something in your days that you won't even believe even if you are told. So I believe that this was the same thing that God told him to write down. You understand? Because this vision, he was saying the revelation. He's speaking to a prophet here. So he's giving a prophet a revelation of something that even if you tell it to people, people won't believe it. You know, because it says there, even if you were told, you would not believe it. So God said he's going to do something in this land where people won't believe it even if you tell them. But this is the same thing that God told this person to write down so that he may run who reads it. Now hear you. When you create a vision, right? When you have a vision, you have a vision board, you notice that there are some people you cannot tell your vision to, because this is not going to make sense to them. They won't believe it even if they were told. So now you writing it down and making it plain, whether or not they believe it at that time, when time passes and they see all these things manifested, they can go back to they can refer back to this and say, okay, this is actually what God said. This was the message from the beginning, right? We already talked about having a vision and how to create a vision for your life, right? I want you now to write it down and make it plain. And it's a vulnerable place to be in, because sometimes you don't want people to think like, oh, okay, so you think with a college degree you're going to own a Fortune 500 company? Because there are always people there that's going to be regularly available to dog your dream, to pull it down. You understand? Let's touch on the significance. It's important for you to do it. because like so you'll hear some of my friends say next week, it is like a blueprint. It is like the navigation system that kind of shows you where you are going, the direction in which you're going. So it's easy for me to just say, okay, yeah, you know, I want to be a fashion designer, I want to be a speaker. But if I don't outline, if I don't write it down, if I don't make it plain, and I think that part is the part that we need to just zero in on. It's like, yeah, I want to be this, but how making it plain means you writing down everything. Do you need a degree for it? Do you need a certificate for it? Do you need a license in order to do this? Do you need to get some more training? What is it that you need in order to accomplish this vision? So instead of writing down the vision, remember I said the vision is the end goal. The vision is the finished product to add you at the finish line. That's the vision. So I can envision myself as like for example, a fashion designer. I can envision myself doing that, right? But making it plain, what are my steps that I need to do in order to get there? Do I need to go to school? Do I need to watch more Mimi G videos? Do I need to buy a sewing machine? Do I need to take a sewing class at the library? What do I need to do in order to get to that end goal? And as I go into the science of it, it's not that spooky. It's not anything that spooky like, if I put it on a board, it's gonna happen. It don't just happen if you don't work. You have to work towards it. It's not something just like mystical, you know, because there are laws that are put into this world. If you don't work, you do not eat. And you can see even people who don't even believe in God, don't even believe in nothing. They put in work and they get success. So this is just a universal principle that is established before us. When you think of the significance of it, the science of it, you are seeing this thing over and over and over. You become familiar with this thing. If I could just think in my brain, okay, yeah, I want to be a writer, but I'm not feeling the emotion that comes with it, it's easy for anybody to say they want to be a writer. If you did well in English Comp 1 and 2, and the teacher said, oh my God, you could be a great writer, you could feel like you could be a writer, right? But it's more than just having the desire and just thinking about it or seeing yourself at the finish line. You have to have the emotion that comes with it. And you see, when you have the emotion, I think that is what pushes you in the direction of actually attaining it. Now you become more aware and keen to writing classes that are being held at the library, or now you're interested in a writing course at school, or now, you know, so now your little antennas go up because you're sending the signals out there like, yeah, I'm trying to pursue this thing, as opposed to you just thinking about it and having it there. You know, you're not really opening up your heart and your energy. You're not opening up your energy to receiving this thing. You get what I'm saying? So I think being able to see yourself as that, because I think a lot of times we want to claim healing and claim victory and claim success, but we can't actually see ourselves as successful. We can't actually see ourselves as healed or as victorious, you know? So the essence of the vision board, the more you see it, the more you believe it, you know? And so I think that is the significant, I think that's the science around it. It's because you're tricking your mind, because every time you see it, you're gonna think, if you want an Audi or whatever the top car is that you want, and you constantly see this, you are going to become familiarized with the feelings that come with driving an Audi or owning an Audi or whatever, you know, or being such a person, a fashion designer or a writer or whatever the case is. Now your emotions are intact with what you're seeing. So now you're training your body to go in that direction. It's not that, because it's on your chart and Audi is just going to come to your door. No, but because you're sending out your little spidey senses, you're going in that direction. So it's something that is, it's not magical and it's not mystical. I think it's practical, but because a lot of us don't exercise that level of power that we have, we miss it. We miss a lot of things. We just say, okay, yeah, I don't have such and such a money in my bank account, or I don't have such and such a training, so I can't accomplish that. But it goes far beyond what you actually have in your possession or what you actually see in front of you. You know, you have to align your your emotions with it. You have to think like, okay, if I want to be a writer, what is my poise as a writer? If I want to be a writer, am I just going to be doing writing broken English posts on Facebook and talking about a woman and misconjugating and using there incorrectly? You're not going to do that. You're going to be sharpening your skills as a writer, you know, working your way up to that publishing opportunity, to that printing opportunity, to that, you know, whatever, you know. So that's the gist of the science and the significance of the vision board. And when you look at it, when you see it, connect your emotion to it. How would you feel if you became a writer, if you got that signing bonus deal or whatever, if you didn't have the sickness, if you know, try to displace yourself from where you are and put yourself in where you want to be. Trust me. Just do that for a little bit. Challenge yourself and do that and see where it takes you. You know? So that's just the tip for this week 3 of the Vision series. Yes, so go must be. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you follow the Instagram page, and just keep it synced up. Goodie. Make sure you're thinking about what you want out of life. Make sure you're writing them down, you know, and even if you don't go full blown into making your own vision board, because we have 3 more weeks to go, you know. I have 3 more weeks to work on you, and on the last week I'll be making a vision board. I'll be making my 2019 vision board. If you haven't already watched videos 1 and 2, go ahead and do so, and then also previous videos talking about other stuff. But for this 6 weeks, it is just for vision and having a vision, creating a vision for your life and going in that direction, right? So baby love, until next time, my face again next Monday. Goodie. Make sure you take care of yourself, big up yourself, large up yourself, it's in good and up and already. It's all the way up like a hot air balloon. What's up? It's your girl Miss P. Until then, take care and up, love. God bless.